Hi guys, I thought I'd do a tutorial again on faux quartz, just different version using slightly different things. And it's going to be mainly alcohol ink based. I've done a few practices with it. First of all, I'll show you the main one I did was this one using the colours I'm going to use today. And what I think from this is I probably need to make them a little bit smaller, and I meant to add copper foil. And forgot. So with the skeleton pieces around the edge, I added the copper foil, but of course that's not going to be translucent. So that's how that came out. So I'm going to try and do something in between the two today. I did try using purple leaf, but unfortunately the one I've got, when you put it into the oven, it turns pink. So as purple as it is when I'm using it, it changes colour for the end. So I've had a few goes at this, and I thought this one I'm going to record because I want to also include some pearl, white pearl, because I quite like the effect of it. I mean, that's what I've shown you here. The white pearl really sort of stands out. So I'm just going, and since I've had this, I've just had some um, turquoise chrome come through, so I'm going to try that as well and see what that looks like. Okay, so I've got to have one. This is rolled out on a number 2. Okay, it's 3 pieces of translucent, 1 piece of Cernit pearl. Each of these is that cut out twice and rolled out on a number 2, so that's roughly the size, so you know how much I've used. So I'm going to be colouring the top 2. That's staying translucent, and obviously the pearl is pearl. So I'm just colouring these 2, and I'm using a Jackson's Art Tropical Turquoise, so any sort of turquoise, but I want to not just, I want to cover it quite generously to try and get the same shade I got last time. So I've got 8 on there. Let's see how that spreads, and that'll give me an idea, as I know how it looked last time. I think I'm going to add another drop. And the other colour I'm using is also Jackson's Art, and that's Midnight Purple. And it stays purple. For alcohol inks often go pink, don't they? This one's quite good for staying. Oops, I didn't count the splotches on that, so I'll have to see how it looks. It's probably enough. Oh, we've got the hair. How unusual. And I've got a bit of purple over that blue now. Just going to add another shade of blue. I don't think that's going to change the shade in much. It's just a dot. And I think I could have a hair there, or is it just a mark? Nope. This is my triple coated dog. Manages to get in everywhere. I couldn't see it before because of it being clear. Right, okay, so I'm going to let those dry now, and then I'm going to mix them in when they're dry. So I've got the transparent here that I haven't coloured, and I've just leached it for 3 minutes, put it in 2 pieces of paper, just to make it a little bit more firm now for cutting it. I'm just going to fold it in half and start chopping it up into small pieces. And remove. If you leach it, it doesn't stick together quite as badly. It makes quite a difference with this Cernit. Still sticks, but nowhere near as bad. Try not to be too uniform when you're cutting it up. Oh dear. Must have been something on the knife. Right. So just continuing to slice this, and I'm just going to give it a brush over with some mica powder, and then I'm going to add the alcohol ink to the outside of this instead of the inside. Actually, that brush isn't the best brush. Try this one. It's a bit big for the pot, so. That didn't work very well, did it? Never mind, by the time I've turned it over, it'll be fine. This just helps break it up a little bit. And then I'll recut it. I don't want them too big like I did the first time. Hopefully that's enough. And then when I've done this, I'm going to repeat exactly the same with the others using a different mica and something. I'm trying to add something to each of them that's got an element of shine, something that will catch the light. So this one will probably be the most bland out of them. Let's try and catch the rest of that mica. Okay, so I'm just going to put this onto a tray first, onto a tile, before I add the alcohol ink. I'll spread it out a bit. Just breaking up the odd clumps so it disperses better. I don't want to add too much of that mica powder because I feel it smears through the piece. You know, it starts to take over, especially that colour. So I'm trying to break some of it down manually. Okay, so I'm just going to add some white alcohol ink to this. And then when I'm happy it's all mixed in properly, I will leave it to dry. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to break up all the other three colours exactly the same. And I'll just show you each one very quickly as I've done it, or as I get to the end of it. So I'll leave that to dry while I move on to the other pieces. So I've mixed in the purple one. Now what I'm learning is I like the marbling effect. I like it to not mix totally because I think that looks really nice. You can see it on some of the stones. So I'm going through a phase of leaving it marbled. I've also leached this. No, I didn't leach this. I leached the other two and forgot to do these two. What am I on about? Okay, so I'm just chopping it up, same as the white. I'll show you this one. I'll be doing the blue exactly the same. I won't bother showing you that one, but I will just show you this one because I'm using the chromes. The chromes I still haven't worked out how to move. I've tried a brush, I've tried those rubber tip things, I've tried a cotton wool bud, but I haven't worked out the best way to pick them up yet. Okay, so I'm just going to add a little bit of mica. I'm just adding, this is sapphire purple, this one. Again, just to make it easier that it breaks up. probably have to add a bit more because I didn't bleach this one. I want them to be varying sizes, but not too big. I prefer them smaller. I've done this the wrong way around. I should have added the chrome before the mica. If you are adding any chrome, add it for the mica, because I'm not sure if the chrome's going to stick to this. It's not totally covered, but it is the other way around. The mica filled in the caps. Let's see. I got these cots and I put them on top of the original paint colour, so I didn't rub it in. These cots are quite tight and I can feel my finger ends going cold, so I'm going to take them off. Right, okay, let's try this sort of brush. It's one sort of brush I haven't tried. I so much prefer this to gold leaf. That is attaching, just not. It's just so the light catches it every now and again. I don't want loads of it going through, and I didn't want foil going through, as in sort of taking over. I think I might still add a bit of copper at the end when it's all together, but that'll be it. I only need to Google how to do it, don't I? I think I might do that. There's meant to be a tool for it. Okay, so I think that's enough. I'm not trying to totally coat them or anything. Okay, so I should put that to one side. And then I shall also do the blue and the pearl. I think the only thing I can really do is add white alcohol ink to it. I might just leave it, I don't know, because I don't even know if that would show. Yeah, I think I'm just going to leave the pearl as pearl chopped up. So I'll do the blue one off screen because it's identical to this, just different colours, and then I should be back with all of them. So I've just put all four together and I'm just mixing them in. I'm not very happy this chrome that I bought, this recent chrome. I got it from eBay and it's certainly not like the chrome I had before, and it's attaching itself to all the white and pearl. But I have to see what comes out of it now. So I'm now just going to add some liquid clay to help bond it. Keep breaking up any clumps I see. You think you've mixed it and all of a sudden it looks like the colours are gathered together again. Oops, there's a clump. We don't want that. You have to guess how much I'm putting on. If you've got this, you know how slow it comes out. So there's not that much on there. Got to mix it in together a bit. Yeah, that blue turquoise chrome. I've even got like orange flakes. So yes, I'm annoyed with that, but I'm not going to start again. I've used enough clay at practicing this. So now I'm going to add some copper foil to this. should stick nicely to the liquid clay. Just try and evenly distribute it if you can. Then I'm going to bring all this together, see if it's got enough liquid clay now. If not, I might have to add some more, but I think there's enough. And then I'll build it into a block. So I'm still trying to mix it a little bit. Okay, so I'll start bringing it together now. And hopefully that's enough to hold it. Yeah. I hope it's not too much. That went together very easily. Although saying that, it feels quite dry. Okay, so you can either use an acrylic block or do it by hand. I prefer to do it by hand. I'm just trying to make sure it's compact and I haven't got air bubbles. I'm really annoyed with that chrome. I should have tested that out first. Still, I won't give up hope. Sometimes nice things come from things you think are ruined. You get unexpected surprises, don't you? Or happy accidents. I'll be optimistic. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that to rest for a little bit and then I should be back to slice it up. Okay, so let's see what we've got. Okay, so that's how it's come out. I don't think you can't really see it, can you? I don't think you can see the pearl, which looks nice. What are you doing? Keep trying to turn it because it starts to squash more and more as you cut, doesn't it? So, and also it alternates the pattern when you lay it out easier. Okay, so I'll get a tile for this. I'll get a clean tile for this. I thought that was clean. 2 seconds. So I just had the white clay on it. It's got white alcohol ink stuck to it. So that'll do. As long as it's not going to stick to it, I'm not fussed. So the colours are pretty. I'm not sure yet how it's going to work out with that chrome. I love using chrome, but I think I've accidentally come across a B grade. So just put them together however you want. Try and aim to squash into the gaps because there's always gaps, aren't there, on the corners. Quite a bit here, more than the first time I did it. Going to wet my roller so it rolls easier. And initially I'm going to roll inwards, take it into the middle just to help encourage any gaps to get filled. And then I'll roll outwards afterwards. this point, when you've got it how you want it, you can use lolly sticks or just do it by eye, and then you can roll it through the machine if you want. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. Let's see. I'm going to just burnish it. Bear with me, I've just got to get some clean paper over here. Just want to try and marry the seams together a little bit. I think I'm going to put it through the machine because I don't want it too thick. So I'm going to put them through on a 0. Okay. So there's what we've got, and I have no idea how well you can see it. But the pearl looks really nice, I think, in with it. It's just different. Okay, I'm just going to grab some cutters and I should be back. Okay, so I'm using cling film for the ones I know I'm going to use. I'm just going to do some wonky donuts for a change. I haven't used this cutter for ages, so might as well give it a bash. Saying that, that's ripped right where I think that's okay. I think I might need to loosen up the cling film. I think I have a tendency to tighten it too much. I nearly always use this lately. I really, really like this cutter. And I should also use this one. I couldn't get these gloves back on properly. They're hanging off my fingers. And I've got these little cutters. I really love them. They're just like little rock shapes. But I really, really like them. You know, you go through favourites for a little, got an air bubble under that there. Have that. Yeah, so these are my flavour of the month. I do tend to get like that. If I left it too late, I've just had an idea, and I don't know if I've left it too late. I wanted to do some earrings that I curl, and I've done a practice run. Of course I didn't get the cutters out because I never gave it a thought, so I'm going to see if I can grab them very quickly now. Yeah, I've got them. And just hope that they'll fit. I think they might. So everything else I'm going to leave flat on the tray. No, they're not going to fit that way. As far as that goes. Everything else I'm going to leave on the tray flat. It's just, I think, it's just these. Hoping. Check before you press, woman. little heart cutter I'm going to use for the top of a few of them, so I'll just sand a few out. So with these earrings, my plan is, and I haven't brought it in with me, my plan is to, you know, like you get a kitchen roll and that, and you've just got the thin, narrow cardboard centre. I'm just going to use that, and I'm going to put both these earrings around it just to give them a bit of a dome. Other than that, they'll all stay flat. Okay, so I'm just going to take the skeleton off, and also whenever I take the skeleton off, I always make sure I use it. Sometimes it's really handy to use it for cabochons because you can get some really pretty pieces, so that's what I should be doing with the rest of the skeleton, but I won't do all that on camera. So what I will do now though is give these a quick burnish. So I'll burnish over everything, remove those long ones and just put them round a cardboard piece from the middle of cling film, aluminium, whatever I've got out there. I've got an empty one, but they give a really nice dome which I can show you afterwards. Okay, so I'll just finish this off and then I shall see you on the other side. Okay, so they're all out and I am going to resin them, but I just want to show you quickly how I'm going to be putting the bits together. So I've done one, I've just got 3 beads here, and I'm literally creating a hoop on the end, and I'll fold it back and bring it forward. And I've just got to put 3 little beads on that go with the colours on the earrings. Okay, and then I'm just going to cut it where I think it needs cutting. Dear, everything's stuck to it, which is about there. It's just an eye guess. Oops, a daisy, it's all fell out, but that doesn't matter. Okay, so I've just got my rounded nose pliers and I'm just going to bring that round, tuck it in. Okay, so I've got those 2 are ready to go on the top. These are going to go inside, and all I'm going to do with them is use oh god, here we go. I have to blame the menopause for all this brain fog. Jump ring. So I'm just going to put a jump ring through and hang that there, a jump ring through the top and hang those, but I'm going to resin them first. Similar with anything else, there's nothing spectacular I think I'm doing that you need to see. I'm just going to finish them off. I might wire wrap these. If I do, I'll come back and show you. Okay, so here they are all finished. I didn't end up doing anything spectacular with the wire here, so I didn't bother doing a part of a tutorial for it. But this blue that I was really unhappy with, the chrome, it has ended up being really pretty highlight in there. Doesn't attach like other chromes, and that's where it was a bit of a pain, but the colour wise it has been really nice. I don't know if it's picking them up. Right, these are all resin, these ones. The only one I've varnished is those, everything else is resin. So these are all the main pieces, and they're nice and circled. Oh, I also put can you see it? I just put some half pearl, half translucent on a number 6 on the back and textured it so they look nice on the back too, and they're nicely rounded if you can see, so I'm pleased with those. These ones here are just simple. All I did was, as I said to you, I just added the pearl in the middle and a few beads above, which we did on screen. But again, I love these colours, they really look pretty. These ones are just the leaves that I've done a few times, and I just hung those on chains. But also I did some cabochons, as I said to you about how I use my skeletons up. So quite a variety of cabochons I've got here waiting to be used at some point. But I did finish a couple. So I just wanted to show you, when you think, oh, that's scrap, it's always worth looking through it, you know. So I also did that necklace, which is just a spinner necklace. So yeah, I just did that with cabochons, which I thought was a nice little extra. I also, I couldn't resist it, I had to make one of these. So I did a little heart cabochon. I haven't finished it yet, but I did a little heart cabochon, and then I did the long tubular mould to do that, and I shall finish that at some point. But again, the colours are really nice. And then the last thing was I did this cabochon as well, and I just did a wire wrap. It's not brilliant, it's only for me, but I've got to finish it anyway. But I just wanted to give you an idea. I didn't want to lose any of the piece, so I thought it would be nice to actually wire wrap it so it was all visible. So there you go, and that's just my little bits and bobs from that one piece. So stretch your imagination, it's worth it, and have fun. I hope it inspired you. Oh, I just want to say, I'm putting real-time priorities first for a little bit, so I won't be doing any tutorials for a little while. So if I'm quiet for a while, that'll explain it. Okay, but thank you for watching. I'll be back soon. Okay, bye.